Welcome to episode 5. We are going to be playing a mental health game called Quickfire. Here is to our 3 guests, Lisa, Ali and Josiah.
Bonjour.
Welcome. So the first question is, how would you describe schizophrenia in your own words?
I'm not an expert, but I would say that they have different types of thoughts. They can hear voices at times. They're not of their own mind when they're having a schizophrenic episode. It is a condition that does need to be heavily controlled because the person comes out of their self, you know, and is almost like another person, thinking about another person, and the thoughts they actually get can be quite severe, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my perception.
Yeah. And how would you define schizophrenia?
I would say that a schizophrenic hears various voices. Those voices are perhaps different parts of themselves, and the voices that tend to perhaps shout louder are the ones that can relate to self-harm. So I have heard of, you know, schizophrenics, you know, going to jump for something, and it's like they're fighting with the other part of themselves that doesn't want to jump.
Yes.
But it can be well controlled, it can be well managed, but yeah, when they're going through those schizophrenic periods, it's literally life-threatening.
Yeah. Okay. And Josiah?
I don't know, really. I don't actually know.
So you pass?
Yeah, pass.
Okay. So I will give the point to Lisa. Thank you. Your answer was great, but it's who gives the closest answer. So, okay, next question. Give 3 coping mechanisms of depression. So the 3 cures.
Coping.
Yeah, of how you would, cope with depression, basically.
I always think writing things down, writing feelings down can help. Find not everyone has something that they actually like and can focus on, especially when you're, you know, in the depressive mode, but try and find something that you like doing, even if it's reading a book, because you can take yourself out of the life that you're living and the stress, and, you know, put yourself into the story. I know when I've had hard times, that's actually helped me. What else? Have positive people around you. Try not to be around negative people, negative situations.
Yes,
Not always
true.
easy to do, but that would help.
Okay. And for you?
I would say for me, it's grasping on to those things, remembering those things that you like to do, and ideally having a toolkit. So if you feel yourself dropping down to depression, if you've had depression before, knowing the things that have helped you in the past, that have helped you to get out of it. Also finding those things that you love in life, and if you can bring those into your everyday life. For me, that's singing, that's performing, that's how I've coped with difficult emotions. And another thing that is massively, in my estimation, underrated is going out for walks in nature. Because when you're out in nature, you're just in mindfulness, you're not in your head anymore, you're just out. And yeah, that's a big help to get out of your head.
Okay. And Josiah?
I'd say pleasant activity scheduling, just noting down what you want to do in the week. Whether it's with friends, just write it down for a certain time and day. And next is, finding what works well with you, especially as well as, thinking, rational thoughts, seeing if things are fact or opinion. And also, another way to cure depression would also to be around the right people.
Okay, very good answers. It's a difficult one. I would say give a point to Ali, because I like the fact that you gave examples of your own kind of personal, how you dealt with it. So that was great. Okay, so the final question is, how would you describe bipolar?
Bipolar is a condition where you can either be very high in mood or you can be very low in mood. I think that if you do have the condition, it's not medicated, there's never kind of, you're not on the norm, and it's very quickly to switch from that high to low.
Yes.
So it's very hard for people that don't have an understanding of the condition to be with somebody or have someone in the family or someone you work with, you know, that actually does suffer from their mood. It's not their fault. So, you know, this show and these games are great because we're helping the awareness of watching out if people do suffer from this.
Yeah.
To help them to understand, you know, don't be ignorant of conditions.
Very true.
So for me, it's the high and the low.
It's the mood.
The changing of
Yeah.
the moods, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
I have got personal experience of bipolar, as in somebody who I knew. Now, when it comes to depression, I think depression is a lot more well known about, but not the other side, the mania side. Now, when you're suffering from mania, you can lose your inhibitions, you can spend lots of money, you can do things you wouldn't normally do.
Yes.
But sometimes those people, when they're going through the manic episodes, they don't realise it, because actually some of that is quite freeing and it's quite fun, but it can be harmful for everybody around them. And so when they go down in the lows, they can want to be in the highs again, because they don't realise that the highs, so that's not the norm either. So the literally seesawing of the one from the other.
So it doesn't balance. They don't have the balance.
No, they don't have a balance. But some people with the mania, they because they can feel invincible when they're having the manic episode. They feel invincible, so it feels wonderful. So why would they not want to?
Yeah,
some of them
true.
in that state, it's like they want to go onto that state because they don't realise actually that's not, but they don't want to be the other side, which is the pressures. So they kind of not exactly cling on, but you know that for them is kind of a good thing in a way.
Exactly. Yeah. And Josiah?
You can give me a pass, everything was said.
Okay. So the winner goes to Alison. Well done. So the prize involved is a Mind Over Matter personalised item of your choice. So either a tote bag, a pen, you know, and it will be posted to you. So thank you very much for everyone participating. You all did very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's the end of the mental health game, and thank you for watching Mind Over Matter.